Evening. There's a mess. There's a mess everywhere. 8:06. Listen to Paul Abdul. Anyway, prepping for an epic adventure tomorrow. We are going to visit Gordon. It's going to be Chet and I, and we're going up there. Going to fly some spots. I've only been up there once, and it's a shame. Life just gets in the way and haven't been able to get up there. And I've been daydreaming about some of the spots. About I can't talk and think and work. And there's some incredible areas out by him, and he shows them off all the time, and we are looking forward to getting up there. I was attempting to bring Pearl, which is my 75, I call it the world's smallest Cinewhoop, 9 HD, unless you add a camera. I was going to bring Pearl. I worked on it /her/ carbon fiber and changed it up a little bit and took the battery mounting off of the top, making more room and just kind of clearing the top here, and went to the bottom. And doing that, I got creative. I actually took pieces of carbon fiber, part of an old frame, as you can see here, the little X, cut off the arms, and then attached them and used the mounting there. Tested, worked good. But I had a frame coming early. If you don't know what the Cine 8 is, the happymodel Cine 8, I'm sorry. It is one of the most underrated Cinewhoop style class 85 millimeter 2-inch props. Actually, here's the box. Pictures aren't that. This is what I use for the case, but it's been sitting on the shelf, and I blame the Avata. Since I've gotten the Avata, that's all I've been flying. Sorry, I'm picking up and multitasking and stuff. But that's all I've been flying, and I've neglected some of my favorite quads, and that's what this is right here. This it's like Pickles 2.0 now. Pickles no longer is a Cinewhoop. It's going to be a 3-inch open prop cruiser, so I can utilize my GoPro bones that I decided I had to have, and it goes on one of my other freestyle birds, but I think this will be fun to get into some smaller spaces and whatnot. But like I said, all evening went to the supermarket, came home, and been working on this. Hope the light's not blowing it out. This is Cinester. This started its life as a happymodel Cine 8, and now it's moving at my speed, so to speak. This was a fun challenge. When you convert one quad to another on a different frame, there are lots of different challenges, and there's some tweaks and stuff like that I'm going to change. Like, I'll paint that red wire that you can see. That is this brilliant LED that I ran all the way around the backside here. Kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon type thing with a light, but I'll save that for another video. Hold on here. What is this hanging here for? Cool. This is the I got it right here. ldarc. Did I throw it away? Couldn't have thrown it away. I don't know what I did with the damn box. Here's the box. It doesn't say in the box, does it? No. What in the Sam Hill? I'd like to know where that term came from, because it was just a damn piece of paper. Oh, I got it. Hold on. It's got all my personal shit on here. No instructions. That was one of the fun things with this frame. Holy flying hell. Alright, let's see here. The ldarc ff2 93mm quad. I accidentally saw it looking for 2-inch style quads, and obviously the color caught my eye. I love pusher quads. That tends to be my style. Gotta straighten that. It's crooked for some reason. This was all custom. None of this stuff sort of fit. Had to kind of wiggle it around. I'll straighten that out after. I may put some bumpers, a little piece of foam in there. I may not. The fact that this thing goes really slow, and it's not meant to be a ripper. But trying to organize and put stuff inside of this thing obviously was, and it's not done. It was just a test flight. The VTX was number one. There's the VTX. You can see that diamond VTX in there. That's, I'm gonna call it custom mounted, but zip tied, some two-sided tape and a drop of glue into place, and the zip tie actually acts as a secondary to protect the antenna. Before you completely assemble a quad, a neat thing to know and learn is that, you know, get it all wired safe and stuff, plug it in and check it. Make sure you're getting video before you button it up. I've done that in the past and I made sure I checked it. It has a cool spot for the beeper. I was hoping in the very vague pictures I found that I could put the VTX here. It would, too many wires would have been exposed the way that VTX, because you're all these, it's like a 5-wire plug goes in and then it goes out to the camera. So I kind of kept it all attached to the upper canopy and tucked and hid all the wires, shortened the wires, because if you own this Cine 8, it usually sits back here, so you have a stream of wires that run up there. So I shortened those. Like I said, this is still exposed because it's still, I tend to do videos before the final product. It's just, I'm excited to show it off and whatnot, but I can't believe I went out there and tested it without the motor wires. Anyway, so I ran my happymodel Spec E receiver diversity on each side. You got it right there, just kind of tucked out of the way. I'm digging this frame. It's just so different. The different shapes, sort of not, it's symmetrical, but it's not. No, it's definitely not. I mean, it is, but it's, you know, it's small here and then it's large here. Just different. Oh, focus. I like the profile. I'm debating on, I don't have a horizontal canopy in the color I want. I've been using this. This was on there, and it's just stripped down and it worked. But it'll look like that. I have the upright one, but you know me and the little dinky gaps, I'm afraid that that camera will get caught. I will compare the difference in height. It would be kind of cool to, anyway. I went with a horizontal battery mount instead of the traditional one that I always run. If I could have put the VTX back here, then I would have been normal and pushed things out of the way. But doing this gave purpose to the wires, the battery wires that are coming up through here, and it keeps everything out of the way, all the power wire and stuff. I firmly believe you can get some interference. It's just me, who knows. I've gotten bad video signal before by running the power wire too close to, or wrapped around this thing based on all the wires. Do I have a battery handy? No, yeah. So you got all that. My China line hobby battery. So with it laying back, it would just kind of wrapped around there. This way it's not. It's sideways, and then the wires tuck right here. All is good. This was an easy one to switch. I didn't have to use BL Heli or anything like that because the motors from the happymodel are plug and play. When you flip it upside down, you know, let's say it's normal, yeah, keep the orientation of your motors. 2 of them have red dots, 2 of them don't. So when you flip it over, I left everything attached to the frame, or the frame to the flight controller, and then I just flipped them. Instead of the red dot one being here and here, I just flipped them to the other side. And then the props are not upside down. I'm running through the top post of the prop. Some props can run upside down and work fine. These I don't think would. So I went through the top of it so it keeps the pusher part of the prop facing down. So it worked great. The acoustics completely changed. Not that, excuse me, the Cine 8 was super loud, but changing to this frame, super soft, super quiet. Absolutely happy with that. Not much else. The way that it's set up, you got your screw holes here. I dremeled just a little bit all around the frame to get where the plug for these go, and it's super close to the props. So there's a drop of glue on all of the plugs so it can't wiggle loose, and that will get black painted, marker painted, just to cover it up. But there was enough room there. It's double isolated, so the screw goes through. There's a rubber isolator, and then the one that goes through the all-in-one flight controller. And then I go slightly tighten it down evenly all the way around, and then I plug it back into Beta Flight. This is perfect because this is like the flattest frame you can possibly find. Put it on a flat surface, plug it in, and then recalibrate, because it never will be the same as it was in the other frame. Other than that, that's about it. Cadex Baby Ratel 2 in the front instead of the Ant. This is my absolute favorite analog camera, and I feel like you can see a lot more with this. No complaints with the Ant, but just being a stickler and OCD and running with that. The mount that is here was not for this. It was for the Beta 95X V2, so there was a whole canopy and all that attached to this, and just shaved it off. And the screws worked out. They were just a tiny bit off, but I was able to manipulate and twist them to go into the mount for the camera. I don't know why they didn't print it green versus white. I don't know if it's much cheaper or whatever, but that's it. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to finish putting some screws back in it, pack it up. You will see some footage from this very soon, because I'm going to use this tomorrow out when we go into Jurassic World out there in Orange, Mass. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think. Speedy FPV in Texas is where I found this frame. If you want a little more in depth, not that there's much to do. This is I searched this and I could not find anybody in the States. A lot of Philippines and stuff like that doing this, and not English, so I couldn't understand without translation. And the translations I don't think made any sense compared to what they were saying. So as far as I know, I'm one of the few that have this frame, and I look forward to flying it some more. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great Friday evening, and thanks for watching.